These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
1 second, you're enjoying your day off. The next, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home. You're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT's professionally installed security systems monitor your home 24/7. They're backed by the most company-operated monitoring centers in the industry, so you're always supported during an emergency. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
And I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We have finally reached part 4 of Ian, Brady and Mryra Hindley, the Morris murderers. Oh my god, get out of my brain.
Honestly, get out of my brain, get out of my face, get out of my eardrums, get out of here.
I honestly cannot read about these two fools any longer. So we have reached this point at the perfect time because I am starting to lose my sanity.
You know what's crazy too? Like, you're getting so much more because you're filtering out like the most yucky stuff so that I don't crumble into pieces.
Yeah, I sure am.
And like everybody listening doesn't crumble into pieces.
Yeah. And I've run across some, I don't know if I mentioned this in part 2, but
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. And it was a truly harrowing experience. I will definitely say that. I was looking for, because while I'm researching cases, it's just like my brain has to see things. So I'll Google.
It helps you kind of write the story better, I think.
And I just need it in my head. So I was Googling something about Leslie Ann Downey, the 10-year-old the most horrific murder in my opinion. And I just typed in her name, and I've done that a million times before while doing something or finding the pictures, and then poof, the photo that one of the photos that Ian took of her, it's edited
while she's still alive,
just the the shoulders up kind of thing, or like the chest up, and like you don't see anything technically graphic, I would say, but you know what's happening in that photo, and she's gagged.
Ugh.
And I'm not kidding you guys.
And she's 10.
Be careful what you Google in this case, because that shit is honestly haunting me. I cannot get it out of my brain.
Because
I
it's
know
so
what was
different
happening
from
in
it's
that
so different
photo.
from just like an autopsy photo or
So
like
different. So different.
you know what it yeah.
Because it's not gruesome. There's no blood. But you know what's happening in that photo, and you know what just happened on that tape. And
It's
I
like the
can't-
picture of and I can't think of her name, the last victim of Ben Rhodes, the picture right before she like it was taken right before she died.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like it's so haunting.
And this one,
This is a child.
This is even worse because it's in the process of the assault.
Right.
I mean, this is horror, like
Yeah.
true horror. So I just want to warn everybody. I'm sure some people are going to run out and Google the name now. But
would
for
not.
anybody who is looking up photos of this case and not looking to see that, I
Yeah.
want to warn you: if you Google Leslie Ann Downey with their names or without their names, it will pop up somewhere in the Google images. So please be careful when you're looking. If you don't want to see it, I really don't recommend it. It is truly haunting. I
know, I was
hate
scared to
that I
come
saw
across it. I made Alaina go get the pictures for the Instagram post.
Yeah.
Normally I get them, and I was like, can you please go look for those because I don't want to find that. And she was
Yeah.
like, I don't want you to find that, so yes.
Yes, and I did it in front of her, and I was like, I saw it again, and I was like, I just saw it again. Oh
Yeah, it
my
was like a
God.
visceral reaction.
Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there.
So there's that.
Sometimes it's not the crime scene photos or the autopsy photos that are the worst.
The
It's
during
the
photos.
psychological ones. It's like, woof. But alas, part 4, everybody. I mean, there's going to be a couple of things that are going to be sad. We're going to be talking about the families and
Yeah.
all that. But we're going to also be talking about their, suffering deaths, which is fun for
Well,
the
and
whole
you said
family.
in part 3 that Ian really wanted to die and they
Sure
wouldn't
did.
let him die, so I'm really excited to hear about that.
Oh yeah, and we're going to talk about that. This is going to be a much more cathartic episode. I
They
feel for
turn on each
everybody.
other.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So just know that this is way less heavy than part 3 was for sure.
I'm very happy about
Yeah.
that. Well, before we get into that, we have some merch. I guess
we have
that's
some
like
fun stuff.
weird transition there, but exciting.
Yeah.
So we started working with a new merch company called Liquid Graphics. Don't worry, Murder Apparel is still we're still working with them,
Yeah.
and actually now everybody's working together in like one harmonious team.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And it's awesome. So if you would like to go buy some of our merch, you can go to shop.morbidpodcast.com.
Yay, and there's
And-
fun things there.
There's fun things there. We're going to be adding stuff all the time. Things are going to get filtered out as we add things, but for right now, that's what we got, and everything looks wicked cool, and I
Yeah.
want all of it.
It'll be constantly rotated in and out, different designs and styles and all that.
You're never going to be bored.
Yeah, so that's exciting news. And I think we are also going to make our second episode this week a listener tales episode, just to
I feel like you need it.
yeah, I think everybody needs it. I think we all need a good listener tales
Like a
are
palate
generally
cleanser.
fun, and they make you laugh, and
Yeah.
they're everything we need them to be.
I'll
and
try to get
more.
some silly ones together.
Yeah, we'll get some fun ones. We'll put some spooky ones in
Yeah,
there, but
it'll be a medley.
it's a much lighter one. So we're going to give you that. That'll be Saturday, like always. And then we do have an exciting announcement happening at the end of the week.
And it's so hard not to say what it is
I
right
know.
now. I'm like bursting at the seams.
So everybody wait for that, and we will update you as we get closer to it.
Whoop, whoop. It's going to be like one of those things when I was teasing the merch. It's going to be like
Yes.
1 hour.
1 hour.
But I'll do it differently because...
It'll be Friday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Friday, everybody look out on our social media,
Keep
and
your
some
eyes
fun will
peeled.
be occurring. So I think that's really all we had to chat about before we get into this.
Yeah?
Let's begin.
Okay.
Shall we?
No, just kidding.
So I think when we left off, they're in prison.
Whoop, whoop.
They are already starting to. I mean, they were starting. Well, no, right now they were writing to each other.
Yeah, in
They're still-
secret code.
Yeah, they're still doing the secret code that was like, why don't you have someone pour acid on Brett? And that's
Nice.
Leslie and Downey's 4-year-old brother.
That's absolutely
Yeah.
horrific. You told like a little like glimpse of something where Myra was already trying to turn on Ian, and they were like, he did everything in his power to keep you.
Yes, she was already trying to say that she didn't have a fair trial because she shouldn't have been tried along with Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they were like holding hands and giggling the whole time. So
It's like, really? You
cool,
didn't
cool,
enjoy that?
Myra. And they said, no, you were represented exactly how you are in your trial, and it wouldn't have changed if it was just you. And they also said, and Ian did everything in his power to actually exonerate you, so it actually
Bye
went
now.
in your favor.
Bye
Good try,
bye.
though. It's going to be a series of moments in the rest of her relatively short life, haha, that that people are just like, good try, Myra.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just like
Weird flex, not okay.
Whole rest of her life is just a big series of good try, Myra.
Ugh.
Good try. Never works out for her. She's lame. So what's funny is in the like 60s and 70s, and I think I mentioned this briefly, but I didn't get into it yet, is when Ian started carrying out his hunger strikes.
Oh, I didn't know he did a hunger strike.
Oh yeah, that was his way. He often was trying to slowly kill himself through hunger strikes.
Wow.
Now, they started way back in the 60s, 70s when they first went into prison. He kept it up until the very end. He would
just,
do
like,
this
wanted
constantly.
to die.
He would do, he started at 28 days. He went without eating.
Damn, talk about a fast.
52 days, and then 72 days.
Without eating anything at all.
Sometimes he would drink like tea with milk in it.
Okay.
But like,
Not
that's
even a
literally it.
cracker
Yeah.
or like
and then
Tic
he went
Tac.
for like a ton of weeks. I saw varying degrees of weeks, just a ton of weeks. Just
all the weeks.
I mean, even 1 week is crazy. But what he said was, he said, quote, I was force-fed by having a block of wood put between my teeth, and through a hole in the center of the block, a rubber tube was forced down my throat and into my stomach.
Good.
Fear evaporates in the absence of hope. Although a prisoner, I was an individual, not simply my prison number, 605217. The strike gives me a powerful high. I was more contented slowly dying than living under the conditions I was forced to endure.
Well, how about all the conditions you forced other children to endure?
You absolute shit turd.
Like I was forced to endure eating.
I was forced to endure not being treated like a fucking emperor.
Like,
Are you kidding me?
You know what's weird? You literally raped children, so nobody gives a fuck about you.
He was forced to endure less than hospitable conditions.
This is when you always say, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, Ian. Honey, baby, sweetie pie. I'm so
love that.
sorry. So in the beginning, like I said, Ian and Myra are still writing each other constantly, like literally multiple times a week.
In secret code.
In secret code, but they're still, she's in love with him still.
It's like, girl, it's not going to pan out.
Well, and it's important to note that later, she's going to claim with great gusto out of nowhere that he abused her, he raped her, she hated him, she was trapped in this relationship, and that's why she allowed him to involve her in these crimes, but she was just this innocent, battered woman. But
Okay.
But let's just put this alongside a letter that she wrote him.
Okay.
Early on. And I want you to tell me if this is similar.
Yeah, I'll say what I have to say.
Dearest Ian. Hello,
Dearest.
hello, my little Harry, and I don't know what this is.
Oh my God.
I Googled it. I can't find it
Tell
anywhere.
me.
If anyone knows what this means, help me. Hello, my little Harry Gurklechin.
No.
I looked it up.
Maybe
it
it's a
doesn't
pet
appear
name?
to be in like another language. I don't know, unless I'm missing it completely.
Gurklechin?
Gurklechin. I had a beautifully tender dream about you last night and awoke feeling safe and secure, thinking I was in the harbor of your arms. Even when I realized I wasn't, the thought of your presence remained with me, leaving me tranquilly calm and strong. Each day that passes, I miss you more and more. You are the only thing that keeps my heart beating, my only reason for living. Without you, what does life mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Freedom without you means nothing too. I've got one interest in life, and that's you. That's you, baby. We had 6 short but precious years together. 6 years of memories to sustain us until we're together again. To make dreams realities.
1 second, you're cleaning the gutters. The next, the fire alarm's blaring. Smoke billows out the window. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT offers DIY security systems that let you monitor everything from the ADT Plus app. Their technology helps first responders find you in an emergency. So tackle your to-do list. Your home's protected. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Okay, so can I go off now?
Absolutely.
All right, so here's my issue. First of all, what the fuck is a gurgle chin again?
Not sure.
Number two, my dearest Ian.
My dearest Ian.
Who abused me and raped me
Yes.
and made me do all these things. Oh, your dearest. Okay.
Yes. Who I was afraid of and trapped in the relationship with.
Right. But I feel so safe with you. I miss you so much. I don't want to exist without you.
Yep.
Even though existing with you was probably like so abusive and horrible. KK.
Yeah.
And also, you're finally in prison. If he really did abuse and rape you, that's dope. Now you're away from him.
Exactly.
Like, no.
No.
You wouldn't be writing him if that was the case.
No, it literally does not make sense.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Does not make sense at all.
Dumb.
And we're going to continue to see her just fluctuate between like, you're the love of my life, and then when it seems to be convenient for her,
I was
she's
just
like, oh my
gonna
God,
say.
I was trapped in that relationship. Don't put me with him.
It's like whatever is
Yeah.
convenient at that day.
Exactly. So she's the worst. He's the worst. And David Smith, David Smith,
brother-in-law.
who's the brother-in-law, Maureen's husband, witnessed the Edward Evans murder,
That
had
poor
to help
dude.
him, put the body upstairs. David, at this time, excuse me, at this time, Maureen was very pregnant. Mm-hmm. I think I mentioned it last time that she was very pregnant during the trial. In fact, they moved her testifying up
So
because
that she
they were
wouldn't-
worried that she was going to go into labor on the stand.
Oh my God, imagine.
Yeah.
What a day.
So David and Maureen, though, were harassed constantly because
Yeah.
one, people didn't believe that David wasn't part of it because Ian and Maureen implicated him as being there for every murder.
Maureen or Myra?
Myra,
Oh,
excuse
okay.
me, I'm sorry. And Ian especially is and Myra, but really Ian was the one who was like, well, Leslie Ann Downey was brought to me by David Smith. I took pictures of her and then I sent her on her way with David
And
Smith.
you never let go of that story.
And he didn't let go with it. I think later he fluctuated and went back and was like, yeah, I did it. Like he was
What an
basically
asshole.
like, yeah,
After his life was already ruined.
exactly. Because he was like, well, now it doesn't matter
Right.
because I put it out there. And it's like, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. He's already done it.
Right, exactly.
So they were harassed. And again, she's pregnant. They had their baby. As they were shopping for baby clothes, she was spit on by people.
Oh, God.
She would come home like hysterical. Yeah. So June 1968, David had reached his breaking point because he couldn't go anywhere without being harassed.
Yeah.
People were coming to their house. They were calling their house. They couldn't go anywhere.
Well, and that Maureen, like, literally looks just like Myra. So
Exactly.
imagine people were already mad at her, and then she looks like Myra.
Oh, the vitriol that must have come to
10
her.
times worse.
Yeah. And David ended up that he would take like long walks by himself in the middle of the night because it was the only time that he could go where people weren't like chasing him.
Yeah.
June 1968, he actually ended up going to prison again
Why?
because he stabbed a man who confronted him and called him a child murderer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he said he immediately knew exactly what he had done. And he was like, okay, so he went and turned himself in.
That's really sad.
He got 3 years in prison.
That's it?
I think, yeah. So the guy didn't die. I think he just stabbed him. But during that time that he was in prison, Maureen started having an affair.
Maureen.
Maureen ends up being a real shitbag. Like,
Well, it's also like you
runs
brought
in the
him into
family.
this family, and now you're just gonna like turn your back on him
yeah,
when he needs you.
like you all suck. And then she wrote him a letter saying that they were over in prison.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
He, in turn, slit both of his wrists in prison, but he survived.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is dark.
Very dark. Maureen ended up being a real shitbag. I think I mentioned it in the last
did.
part. David had her, I mean, they had 3 sons under 6. Mm-hmm. I think Paul, John, and Mark or David. Very biblical names. I
Okay.
can't remember. So by then, she was neglecting them. She wasn't taking
Just
care of
going
them.
out
She was
and
just
leaving
going
them.
out and leave them under 6. Again, they were malnourished. They were sick, dirty. They ended up being taken away from her, and they thrived without her.
Okay, good. I'm so
Yes.
glad that they went on to be okay.
Yeah, and so that was good because then he also got updates about that, and they sent them things being like, look how they're thriving without her. So he was like, cool.
When he got out of prison, did he like see them?
Well, he got out of prison and he took care of them.
Good.
And he ended up working for a house, and he bought a house,
Mm-hmm.
and he married a woman named Mary that he ended up being with till the end.
So their life was just like good together.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for David this whole time.
He got kind of a bum rap. I mean, it's not like he's this great guy, but like
He's also not the guy that like
he
he
got
was
a bum
painted.
rap. Yeah. So the same year David went to prison in 1968, Myra started chatting with a well-known Christian social reformer and politician named Frank Pakenham. He was also known as Lord Longford. That was what he was known as.
Lord Longford.
That's a great name.
That is.
And his lifelong mission was prison reform, and he also loved taking on cases with social outcasts and very controversial cases. Enter Myra and Ian.
A perfect match.
So at this point, now remember, Myra is a battered woman, and
Yeah.
she was forced into all of this. She had nothing to do with these murders.
But he's her Dinkelchin.
Well, she wanted conjugal visits with Ian.
Right.
Yeah. And she figured this dude could get him for her because she was like, you can do that. And after he met her, this is the thing. Myra is one of those women we all know. And it's, women and men, but really, I feel like this is a special trait with usually these kind of women, is that you don't know how, but they are able to dazzle anyone they meet.
That just, you like charm the socks off of people.
And it's usually like Myra, where they look like a foot, but you're like,
You are a toe, ma'am.
how'd you do it? Like, how are you getting these like 45 engagement rings and
But
like
then
all these things?
you have to think of like who they go after.
Well, and she was just very good at acting like the doe-eyed
Battered
victim.
woman, yeah.
Like, I had nothing to do with this. It was Ian, and I am being railroaded for it. So after Lord Longford met her,
Lord Farquaad.
he wrote, I was astonished to find the peroxided gorgon of the tabloids was in fact a nice-looking, dark, well-behaved young person. She was desperately anxious to be allowed to meet Ian Brady, with whom she was still infatuated with, or to use kinder words, deeply in love with. In my arguments with the Home Office, I've seldom believed them to be in the right, but they were absolutely right to refuse to permit a meeting between them.
Duh.
So he's like, no, she's amazing, but like, yeah, they shouldn't meet.
Right. It's like,
that's
okay,
not-
then how amazing is she if
Yeah.
you're that worried?
Then of Ian, he said, so he has a very different, well, kind of, yeah. He says, having visited him subsequently over a period of many years, I have no doubt that he was powerfully, almost hypnotically attractive. Ian Brady is a man of natural intellectuality. It is almost incredible that someone brought up in a very poor area, not knowing who his father was, packed off at one point to Borstal, should, by the time he went to prison, have developed such an impressive knowledge of writers like
Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky.
Somebody corrected me last time, so it doesn't matter.
Dostoevsky, Tolstoy, and Blake. I don't know why I can't say that name.
It's hard.
When I look back at his earlier letters, I'm still astounded at the contrast between this young man of genuine culture and idealism and the author of such dreadful crimes. So
Damn.
he's literally, I mean, he's saying what everybody else has said. It's like,
He's evil
you
as
meet
shit.
him and you're like, well, shit, I get it. Why
Right.
everybody's like, just wants to be around him and is like in awe of him.
But
And
then you look deeper.
he's got that weird attractiveness to him. And it's like, but then you start talking to him and you're like, oh,
What happened here?
you're fucking evil.
I am afraid.
And then I feel like Myra, he is painting as the exact opposite. That like you see her and you're like, gross. And then you start talking to her, and according to him, he's like, wow, what a nice woman.
Right.
So it's like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're both just shitbags. Myra just looks like one. So also, this guy, Lord Longford's own wife, has said that throughout his career of like helping these kind of people and, you know, like going for the controversial figures and everything, she always supported his ventures.
But not this one.
But she said, I did not support them. Like she
because
was like,
how
no.
could you? You can't support
Yeah.
child murderers.
And
You
this
just
one,
can't.
It's just so beyond. She was like, this one I was not going to get behind.
No. Bye.
They ended up, in the end, it ended up not helping anybody. They all kind of just like ended up
Faded out.
And Myra ended up calling him a stupid old moron later.
Because he didn't help her.
And
she didn't get what she wanted.
He got duped by her. So 3 years into prison, Myra started having affairs with women
Okay.
and decided to break things off with Brady out of nowhere.
Oh, was he pissed off or did he not care?
I think he was just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, we're in jail anyway.
Yeah, like
so.
it's really not working anyway. In 1973, she wrote the final letter to him saying, don't bother writing me again.
And did he probably just
And he
stopped,
didn't.
right?
He was like, cool, bye.
He was like, cool, don't care.
So she claims that he wrote her another letter and threatened to kill himself if she broke up with him.
Doubt
To
it.
which he says she flatters herself.
Incredible.
She then changed her name to Myra Spencer, or she at least like went by that. and became a full-blown Christian, because of course she did.
Yeah.
And Ian said, she took her way and I took mine. She tried to please the mob. I spat in their faces and always will. So that's
He's like, I am pure evil. I don't give a fuck.
who I am.
I am who I am.
And then he was like, which is, unfortunately an astute observation.
He's not
that,
wrong,
like,
yeah.
she lived the rest of her life trying to pretend she was not what she is. And he just went with what he was.
I know.
I'm not
don't want to
saying
like
either
toot
one
his
is
horn,
better.
but like,
Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying either one is better.
No.
Because they both are evil as fuck. He's just admitting that he's evil as fuck.
it's
Really.
like, if you're going to be evil, though, at least be upfront about it.
Yeah, you might as well just be upfront about it. They're both shitbags, but she's just more annoying. 'Cause
She
you're
is.
like, stop pretending
She's
you're not.
super annoying.
Yeah. So Ian transferred to a lot of prisons, and at one, this is just shocking to me.
What?
It's like how Edmund Kemper ended up like doing books on tape.
Yeah.
And you're like, what now?
Yeah.
Ian, when he went to one prison, asked officials if he could transcribe books into Braille for blind children at St. Vincent's School near Liverpool, and he ended up doing it.
I'd be like, you can't do anything for children,
Yeah, you
sir.
shouldn't be
Nothing
allowed
at
to do
all.
anything. And he like said in a couple of things that like he felt like he had to give back. Like, so he did have a weird like,
Some sort of a conscience.
yeah, but it was like weird.
Or conscience.
But in my head, I'm like, I don't think it was to give back. I think it was to put something else into the world that he could be like, haha, I did that.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean?
your kid is touching,
Your kid
like-
is touching things that I transcribed. You
Right.
know? I feel like that's more.
I think that's a very
his speed.
astute observation.
Yeah, I feel like it's more his speed. So Myra really played up this innocent religious thing that she was starting to go off of now.
She's like, Jesus, ILY.
Yeah, she's like, absolutely. And she's also starting to get special treatment at the
Because
prison.
is she well behaved?
Well, she's well behaved, and she's just seducing all the female guards.
Interesting to me.
Again, she had
Some people
kind
just
of
have a
charisma.
little, like, it's a little token in them, and they just use
Well, you
it.
wonder. I mean, because you look at Myra and Ian, and you're like,
What?
okay, like,
Yeah.
sure. Like, I think everybody can agree.
You think twice.
You look at our Instagram comments, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Right.
And so I'm not alone in this.
No.
So you look at it and you're like, what a mismatched couple. But then you see this and you're like, she had something about her.
Well, it happens all the time.
It must have been something. So she starts getting prison, like really special treatment in prison. And she's especially getting it by the warden, Dorothy Wing. Mm-hmm. She gets to go with the warden to walks in parks around. She went for
Why?
a couple of hours at a point. She played with their dog at a point. She went to a museum exhibit.
Like, why does she get to live life?
And I guess somebody had seen her at the museum exhibit and thought she escaped prison and like called the authorities and like freaked out.
And it's like, oh no, we just let her go see Van Gogh that day.
Well,
She made like, what?
Well, and that's so the tabloids and the media started going mad, and victims' families were rightly pissed.
Yeah.
And it also became a fear that they may be taking her out on these little outings and small bits and pieces to ready her for early release.
Right,
back into the world.
exactly.
They denied that, but it's still like, that's
Why
fucked
else
up.
would you be doing that?
She should never be allowed to see the light of day again. What the fuck are you doing letting her do
It's
this
the whole
shit?
point of putting her in prison.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So in 1972, we're back to David Smith, because I'm just going in chronological order
Yeah.
of things that happened. 1972, David Smith, are you ready? Euthanized his father.
What?
Yep, his father was terminally ill with cancer.
Uh-huh.
He didn't want to live that way.
Yeah.
And so David gave him a milk concoction containing 20 crushed sodium amytal tablets. He died, and David Smith got 2 days in prison for the mercy killing.
What?
Just a weird tidbit.
That's just random as fuck.
I had to mention it because it's just like, what now?
Yeah, everything is just weird in this
Strange.
case. Like, it's
all
all
strange.
weird. It's like a
So-
series of unfortunate events.
It truly is. This is perfectly that. Myra was also starting to do the nasty with a female guard who decided to help her with an escape attempt.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Her name was Pat Carnes, and she was a former nun.
Pat Carnes. What?
Like, emphasis on the former, I suppose.
Yeah, what happened there?
Between 1971 and 1973, they were having a secret affair, and they ended up doing all their business in the prison chapel.
Okay, that's wrong.
There's so much wrong
Isn't
about
that
this,
what
I
you
can't.
learn, like, day one of nun school?
I would assume.
Like, don't do it in
I wasn't there, but I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I missed that first day.
Myra knitted her stuffed animals to show her love for her.
I gotta go.
So they were found to be working together on this little escape plan to bust Myra out of jail. They were going to be using like stolen and copied keys and key impressions and shit. Like that's how they were caught.
Like, listen, Myra, if you want to get out, get a spoon like everybody else.
That's right.
Start digging, bitch.
Work for it.
Ugh.
I guess she did work for it though.
In a different way.
Cairns, I think it's Carnes or Cans. Who really cares? I don't. Do you? I don't give a shit.
You probably do, but whatever.
But who gives a shit? She's dumb.
Yeah.
She received 5 years in prison for it.
Good.
To which I say, was it worth it, Pat?
Was it worth it? Put your thing down, flip it, get out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, Pat Carnes. I don't care if you reverse it.
So even after that, and Myra getting a year tacked on to her like zillion life sentences.
Life plus a day.
Yeah. She got a new cell with TV, books. She was able to hang photos on the wall. She wrote to some people during this time that she really wanted to be a mother. To a few children. Yeah.
No. What? No.
You want to be a mother?
Like, they literally should have removed every reproductive organ along with giving her multiple life sentences.
Once she outwardly says, I want to be a mother, I'd be like, well,
time to go to the gyno and get a hysterectomy. Bye, sis.
Time to do this. That's unbelievable.
Seriously.
So Ian, at this point, too, is starting to notice that he might be losing his mind a little bit.
I mean...
he said he woke up one day. This is when it really occurred to him.
How much mind was there in the first place that was, sound?
I think this being caged like this just kind of triggered it into
full blown.
Spiraling off. He said he woke up one day in his cell and he was convinced there was a gun in his cell. And he said he searched, he went nuts, he was trying to find it. And then he said hours later, he's sweating and freaking out. And then he suddenly realized there's no way he could have a gun in his cell in prison.
No, it doesn't really work like that.
And he had no idea why he was so convinced that one was. So one Christmas, this is interesting, Myra played Mary in the prison's nativity play.
How fitting.
An entire wing of the prison walked out of the play when they saw it.
Bye-bye.
These people with nothing else to do besides watch this dumb play
didn't even want to do it.
Chose to leave this play because she was
fuck
playing
that.
Mary. So one thing that Ian started doing during his time was he started mentoring younger inmates. And
to do what?
What he was doing was if they were in there for burglary, he would do this thing where he would give them cellophane paper with his fingerprints on it. And he said those were to be left behind at the scene of their first job they did after they were released. I loved the prospect of detectives scratching their heads about how Ian Brady could have been there when he had been locked up for years.
This is really fucked up, but why do I love that? I hate him so much, but
that's the worst part about this case is he is literally one of the most horrific, depraved, irredeemable monsters on planet Earth.
100%.
But some of the shit he does is hilarious.
You can't even hate on that. That's funny.
He just is fucking with people.
But that's so fucked up, and I'm sure people are really going to get upset that I think that's funny.
It's kind of funny, though.
Argue it.
No. It's kind of funny. And you got to find some humor in this because holy shit, otherwise it's
bleak.
Because the rest of it is all bleak.
Yeah.
But putting your fingerprints on cellophane and having young burglars just leave it at their first job when they get out.
And then everybody's
having detectives be like, why was Ian Brady here?
It just freaks everybody out.
Yeah. So in 1976, The Sun did a 10-year anniversary edition about Myra and Ian's crimes.
I was dead ass about to just ask you whose son.
Wow.
Whose son?
The son.
the son.
The prodigal son. But some of the inmates read this. Were able to see it. They were horrified.
Duh.
Especially Myra's. One inmate, 19-year-old Josie O'Dwyer, broke Myra's nose.
Good.
Completely bruised her face.
Good.
Loosened her teeth.
Incredible.
Split her lip.
Yes.
And she ended up having cartilage in her knee torn.
Ooh, that probably hurt real bad.
She had to be fed through a straw for 6 weeks.
Josie.
I love it.
Our hero. An American hero.
In that same prison, Myra started claiming that guards were pissing in her food. And
They probably were.
I hope they weren't drinking water for like a day or two.
No, just
before they did that.
straight Red Bull.
Yeah. And honestly, I hope they were doing the same thing to Ian over at his place.
Yeah, I hope that for both of them.
Myra, so this is when she begins her parole requests. Because she's getting, because no matter what's going on with this kind of shit, she is having relationships with a ton of her inmates, you know.
Can you imagine having the audacity to be Myra Hindley, period? And then can you imagine having the audacity to be Myra Hindley requesting parole?
No,
Like,
I can't.
You should know
Yeah.
that that's just laughable.
I have 2 questions for Myra Hindley. 1, how dare you? 2, who do you think you are?
There it is.
That's what I say. So in her first request, she said the Moors, quote, represented nothing more and nothing less than a beautiful and peaceful solitude that I cherish. Of the bodies and graves, I know nothing. She also said her only crime was just loving Ian.
No.
And she said the quote, and I mean it, quote, society owes me a living.
Society owes you nothing except piss and honestly glass in your food.
Yeah, for
every
real.
single day.
And this is when she also came very public with her belief that it was solely Ian who committed the Moors murders.
Totally.
Yes.
So weird though, because we have you on audio tape.
Yeah, it's a real
Strange
bummer.
how that works.
Audio tape is a fickle mistress, and it gotcha.
Straight up moron.
It gotcha. In 1980, her sister Maureen died of a sudden brain hemorrhage.
I have no comment, to be honest with you.
That's just kind of like, and then that happened.
I don't have time for bad moms.
I don't have time for the Hindleys, really.
No.
1982, Ian Brady released a statement, and he said that he was never going to seek parole. Mm-hmm. He was like, don't ask me, I'm not going to do it. And he said the nature of the Moors murders justified permanent life imprisonment for both he and Myra.
Yes.
He said, quote, they were the acts of a madman. I don't deserve any sympathy, and I would never seek it. I want to spend the rest of my life inside. I want to die in jail.
Cool.
So
we
you're just like,
can arrange that for you. Oh, wait, we
you're
did.
like, you know what? Weirdly enough, we agree. Okay. In 1985, Myra Hindley's own mother said that she should die in prison.
Yes, correct.
LOL.
The Genesis GV70, with all its award-winning tech and performance, is built to thrill. So you can hit the road, hit the turns, and hit Sport Plus mode for serious acceleration and handling. Inside, you'll find intuitive tech that elevates every driving experience. And wherever you go, the GV70 will have you on the edge of your seat. It's luxury that's built to thrill. Learn more at Genesis.com and feel the GV70.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Even though you're still writing her letters, which, like, I can't get mad at because you are her mom, but, like...
Yeah, but her mother also, in this quote, I'm like, what now? She said, quote, Myra should die in prison. It's better she dies there than come out of prison and get killed out here.
Oh, no, it's not.
Myra's been in prison all these years now. So what difference does it make if she stays there forever? If Myra came out, she couldn't come here. I don't know where she would go. People wouldn't let her alone. She might as well die in prison.
No, actually, if you're looking at it like that, let's let her out and let mobs and mobs of people just rip her limb from limb.
Also, okay, Mama Hindley.
Like, that's your reason?
Like, damn, what a mom. She's like, well, she couldn't come here. I'm not getting killed because of her. It's like, damn, that's your daughter.
Honestly.
Like, fuck.
Well, and it's also like, that's why she shouldn't be let out? How about the fact that she gruesomely murdered children?
Well, in a funny response, because again, this is why I keep reading like Ian's response.
No,
to it and her
I like
response
them.
because it's funny to hear them both like just shitting on each other. Ian said he wished the victims' families would stop campaigning to keep her in prison because he said then they would let her out and they could all kill her.
Right. Bye.
Which again, you're like, shit, I agree.
I do. I know. I don't like that. I keep
No, I
agreeing
hate
with
it.
him.
January 21st, 1985. This is when Ian suddenly comes out with this weird, vague suggestion that he was involved in Keith Bennett and Pauline Reed's murders.
Okay.
Because before this,
Nobody even knew. They hadn't even
involved.
found Pauline's body yet, right?
Nope. Myra totally denied it and said that he fabricated any information about both of them being involved in their deaths. She was like, nope, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Because she's probably thinking they're not going to find them. That's fine. Like, no one's going to know.
Yeah.
Well, this is when Winnie, Keith's mom, who, like, my heart for her.
Winnie.
For her having to, like, go to the grave, never finding him is just...
That's so fucked up.
Keith's mom wrote Myra a letter after hearing about this, like that Ian mentioned something that could be taken as a confession, basically, and she begged her to tell the truth.
And
like,
she
was
wouldn't,
literally
of
like,
course.
woman to woman, please tell the truth. And she said, release me from this hell, this like purgatory that
But
I'm
Myra
living in."
doesn't care. She's a horrible individual.
Well, what she did was she didn't answer Winnie directly. She basically released a statement and she pinned it on Ian and painted herself as a saint who, you know what, Winnie, I want to help you figure it out because the horror that Ian caused. She said, quote, I received a letter, the first ever, from the mother of one of the missing children, and this has caused me enormous distress.
Has it?
I have agreed to help the police in any way possible and have today identified, from photographs and maps, places that I know were of particular interest to Ian Brady, some of which I visited with him. In spite of a 22-year passage of time, I have searched my heart and my memory and given whatever help I can to the police. I'm glad at long last to have been given this opportunity and will continue to do all I can. Fuck you, Myra!
I want to slam her face into the sidewalk.
Yeah, I think we all want to.
Like, over and over.
Yeah, I would love that. So Ian's response to
He
that?
probably was just like, I hate you, you're stupid.
It was through his lawyer, and again, it's a very Ian response. He said, quote, this is through the lawyer, so it says, he is very concerned about things that have been said by Myra Hindley, implicating him. That has stung him. He wants Myra Hindley and her advisors to know that letters she wrote to him over a period of years when they were first in prison and before their relationship broke up are still in existence.
That's incredible. He was like, I just want to remind you that I have all these letters where you state you did all of this. You actual moron.
He's like, yep, we still have all these letters and I can release these at any time.
Right.
Like, you gotta be dumb. So November 1986 was when the moors began being searched regularly and thoroughly.
Right.
They weren't finding anything at first, but before finally admitting she was involved, Myra actually took a trip to the moors with investigators to try to help find graves. That's what she said.
Quote unquote. She probably just wanted to be there.
Yeah, she just wanted to be in the moors again.
Like, why were they stupid enough to even bring her?
Yeah, and she went once before she finally confessed to being involved in Keith and Pauline's murders, and then she went again after, and both times she didn't help at all.
Right, she just wanted to be there.
Also went a couple of times, and he didn't help at all.
He definitely just wanted to chill in the moors.
In fact, so February 19th, 1987, that's when Myra admitted she was part of the murders of Pauline and Keith.
No way, Myra.
Finally, because she was like, shit, I'm not getting out of this.
Right, exactly.
So July 1st, I think it was, 1987, that's when Pauline Reed's body was found on the moors.
Oh my God, over 20 years later.
Yeah. And this is, so after Ian was brought over after Pauline's body was found to try to find Keith's. He was brought back out to the moors. He pretended to be disoriented and didn't show them where Keith... So he literally said, I will bring you to Keith's grave.
Yeah.
They brought him out there.
And
he
he
acted
tricked
real
them.
weird. And then he was like, I'm very disoriented. I want to leave. And he wouldn't show them.
That was just fun.
Yeah, he's fucked
He
up.
loves to fuck with people.
He did that till the very last breath he took.
And it's the only body they never found.
He knows 100%. He could take them to this exact spot that
Right.
that boy is. And it makes me crazy. He said, quote, it was weird seeing the place again, all that space and vastness. And then, ready? Keith Bennett is buried 3 miles into the moor from the A635. I put a boulder on his grave as a marker after we buried him. Myra knows this. She was a few feet away. I didn't indulge myself on the day, thinking about the luxury of walking on the moors I had loved so much when I was free. I knew I would be back in my matchbox within hours. So, I think that's bullshit. What he just said, I think 3 miles in here
It's a lie.
I think that's a lie because I think he's fucking with everybody. I do believe he put a boulder on the grave because
But there's probably boulders everywhere.
that's the thing. It doesn't help.
Right.
It's not helping anybody.
And it's just like fun for him to be like, why don't you go move all the boulders?
Exactly. And he's also not, he's sitting there being like, no, I didn't indulge myself while I was out there. I was disoriented.
Sure.
And it's like, fuck you. You were indulging.
Right. Let's be a little more upfront, Ian.
Pauline's mother, Joan, she was in a psychiatric facility when the body was found because
That's
she just
awful.
broke.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's her baby.
She had those white stiletto shoes with the ankle strap that Pauline was wearing, the ones she bought that day.
Yeah.
She had those white stiletto shoes with the ankle strap brought to her. And she said, quote, "She's not suffering now. Nobody can hurt her now. I feel her that close now, you see. That seems to buck me up a lot. I feel her so close to me. But I miss her very much. I still do. She's my little girl."
Oh my God, that just like rung throughout my entire
Right?
body.
That hurts. Now, Leslie Ann Downey's mother, Anne, wrote to Myra around this time, and she began it, "Many years ago, my daughter begged you for her life." That was the first thing she wrote.
Yeah.
Which I was like, badass.
Yeah.
Like, just
Way to
stab
open
her.
that letter.
And in that, she was basically begging Myra to release these other two mothers from their grief. She was like, tell them where their children are.
Yeah,
Like,
why would you
tell
not?
them the truth? 1987, the same year, 16 Wartlebrook Avenue, where they killed Leslie Ann Downey. Where
Did they tear it down?
They tore it down. They also killed Edward Evans there. It was torn down after no one would live in it again.
Because why the fuck would you want to live there?
I guess people were like taking, it was the same kind of thing, people taking souvenirs and shit.
Yeah, that's
That one,
not a souvenir to take.
no. I don't see any appeal in
We
that.
don't take souvenirs from child murderers'
No,
homes.
we don't do that. Ann West said, and this kills me. Ann West said her daughter Leslie's grave has been desecrated.
Somebody commented
Yeah.
that on our Instagram, and I
By,
was
and it's
shocked.
by Myra Hindley supporters.
Like, you're desecrating the grave of a 10-year-old girl who was brutally tortured, raped, killed, left in a bed for an entire night, just naked and alone, and then dumped.
Yeah.
And now her final resting place where she's finally able to rest, you're going to go fuck with her grave?
Punch a Myra Hindley supporter
In
today.
the face, yeah.
Do it.
Or
today.
else.
If you see one, punch one. That's our motto.
I just got so hyped.
Yeah. So Anne was like such a fucking strong lady.
You can tell, like,
She
even just the
was
way
like,
she wrote
"Fuck
that.
you." Well, she later wrote, "Hindley doesn't know it, but she's keeping me alive. I have no intention of dying until I'm sure she's locked up forever. I want her to die before me, and then I will die in peace. The tape of Leslie should be played every night to Hindley. Let her live it over and over again."
Yeah.
And then she said her whole life was ruined by this. And she said she ended up being so obsessed with keeping her other children safe that it made her like do crazy things.
Yeah.
Like, her son was like 21 years old and was like in college, and she like showed up at his college and was like, "Why haven't you answered your phone?" Like, she was in a panic.
Yeah.
And like
'cause
it was things like that she couldn't handle, not even when they were adults. She
that
couldn't
changes
handle them.
your entire life.
I can't imagine it. She did pass away at the age of 69.
Did Myra die before her or no?
No.
Damn it.
It was February 9th, 1999. She died of liver cancer. She was requested to be buried alongside Leslie.
Oh.
Her body and Leslie's body was exhumed because of the vandalism to her grave, and they were buried together somewhere undisclosed.
Good.
And she wrote before she died, she said, "I believe I'm going to be with my little girl." Ooh, that one just hurt me.
Yeah. Wow.
That after all this pain and torment, we will finally be together again.
Jesus Christ.
That one gave me a little tickle in my throat. So this is what Ian had to say later about Myra's confession journey that she took, because she started talking to this, Detective Topping, and she wanted like books about this. She started confessing to things, but always I think we talked about this in part 3. She would always distance herself from the actual crime.
Right. Like, I was
She
there.
was at the moors, but she was in the car and she just waited. She didn't see anything. She didn't hear anything.
I was the lookout.
Ian just suddenly showed up at the car with a shovel covered
So
in dirt
bloody.
and blood. And I was like, whoa,
What
what happened?
happened?
Ian, not again.
It
And then
just
she would
kept happening.
just kept happening. And she was like, I didn't know what to do about it.
Idiot.
So what he said about that was, he called it the self-serving stations of the cross.
Yup.
He said they took the following expedient shapes. 1, I vaguely knew something, so I'll take the police to places which interested Ian. 2, I confess I knew everything, but I saw nothing, heard nothing, and did nothing. 3, I confess I was evil, wicked, and corrupt, but it was Ian, Uncle Cobley, and all those who were really to blame.
I can't.
I will die in captivity. Myra is enmeshed in the inevitable, catch-22 net, the warp of which progressively tightens each time she makes a public statement. And he said, until she tells the truth, she will never be released. But if she tells the truth, she will never be released anyway.
Doesn't matter.
So he's like, she's caught in this never-ending thing of, if she's gonna do, she's never gonna tell the truth, and
right.
then she's released, and she's never gonna be released even if she tells the truth.
So it doesn't matter.
So she's just lying, and then maybe telling a little of the truth, and then lying
but
again.
then like taking it back, like recanting it.
And he's right when he says, like, you know, it begins with I had nothing to do with it. Then it goes, wait, I was there, and it was actually Ian.
But it's everyone else's fault.
I'm wicked and evil, but it's everyone else's fault for making me that way.
I had nothing to do with my own behavior.
It's like, really? And then in 1994, Myra published in a letter, quote, after 30 years in prison, I think I have paid my debt to society and atoned for my crimes.
You haven't.
I ask people to judge me as I am now and not as I was then.
No.
Not as you were then when you were
murdering children.
When you were filming yourself like gagging a naked 10-year-old while she cried for her mother.
No, we shouldn't think about that.
We shouldn't think about that.
Oh, okay. You're right. People change.
You're like totally different than that.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That's totally cool, Myra. So after pretending she was just the innocent victim and then admitting fault and then going back to the innocent victim, being abused by Ian, he wrote about her bid for parole because it just went back and forth and back and forth. I'm an innocent victim. No, I'm evil, but it's not my fault. No, it was Ian and I was abused.
That must be exhausting. How do you keep up?
So he wrote, so finally he said about her, so her going for parole, he was like, Myra Hindley and I once loved each other. We were a unified force, not two conflicting entities. Because he's like, she's trying to paint it like I was holding her hostage. That's not true.
Like this was a Bonnie and Clyde sitch.
We were united. We were one. Mm-hmm. And then he said the relationship was not based on the delusional concept of folie à deux, but on the conscious, subconscious, emotional, and psychological affinity. She regarded periodic homicides as rituals of reciprocal innervation, marriage ceremonies theoretically binding us ever closer. So that was just him being like, dear parole board. She loved it. She thought it brought us close together. I was not the only one doing this.
Well, and you can tell just like how everything went down. That's exactly what it was.
Of course. Around this time, an artist named Marcus Harvey did a piece called, it was for an exhibition in London called Sensations. Mm-hmm. It was in 1997. And he painted a photo of Myra Hindley. And it was vandalized.
Why did he do that?
It had to be put under like special protection and shit. And it's like, to me, that is such a cheap ass, like, dear Marcus Harvey, that's a cheap ass way to get attention on your art, motherfucker.
Yeah, like that's that's basically like child exploitation.
And it's just, what a cheap way. Like, that doesn't show
any talent.
Like, do you really feel good about that?
No.
You do really. It's like when people, it's like the people who lie about accomplishments and then take the praise. Does that praise really feel good?
No. Don't you just feel yucky afterwards?
Because you got it in a not. In the not authentic way.
Right.
So it's
inauthentic.
like, it doesn't matter how good that painting was. You knew it was going to get attention because of who it was from. About.
Well, and why would they protect Myra Hindley's face? Like,
it's
fuck off.
Stupid.
Let it be ruined.
Let it be defaced. And she said even though an assassination attempt on her, if she was released, would be scary because she was like probably imminent.
Yeah.
She said, you know what?
I'll face it.
It's worth it. How noble. How noble, Myra. Because everybody was like, you know, you're gonna die if you go out there. Like,
right. I'm surprised she lasted as long in jail as she did, like, without being killed.
It's because she was a manipulator.
Right.
In fact, I think in one of the books I read, there's a quote by Ian that says she's a chameleon. She's a true chameleon.
She reminds me so much of somebody that I know.
Does. She really does.
Like,
I think that's why we have such even more rage.
Yeah, that's why I'm yelling every 5 minutes.
So one of her parole tries was rejected in 1998 and again in 2000. the House of Lords, which, like, the UK, good job with the names of your
Honestly,
officials.
the House of Lords. I want to vote for the people there.
It's like,
Who are you going to vote into the House of Lords next week? Like, what?
it's so cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. It just sounds cool.
Yeah, I imagine being like, oh, I'm just in the House of Lords.
Yeah, I'm just in the House of Lords.
That's a lot different than just a TikTok house.
It's true. That's very different.
wicked different.
So in the House of Lords, they said, quote, "The pitiless and depraved ordeal of the victims and the torment of their families place these crimes in terms of comparative wickedness in an exceptional category."
Yes.
So they were like, AKA, you gonna die in jail.
Sorry. R.I.D.
And like I said, Myra Hindley still has, but did have a ton of weird, fucked up supporters that would just spread the gospel of Myra Hindley wherever they went.
Like, what happened in your life that you're supporting Myra Hindley? Can you let me know?
I'm not really sure.
What went wrong?
Don't let me know because I'll punch you in the face. But they thought she was rehabilitated. They
No.
thought Ian was to blame, that she was getting railroaded in the press.
Wrong.
One of them even came out in the press and said that they met her briefly when they went to visit her, and they said that she was an angel.
You should get a fucking hobby and
angel.
then go away forever.
Well, Ann West had something to say about that.
Yeah.
She said, "I had to hear the tapes of my daughter and never heard Ian Brady. It was Myra Hindley on that tape with my daughter, not Ian Brady. I had to listen to that and identify the body. When does my parole begin? I'm serving a life sentence because of that monster. I had to listen to those tapes of my daughter begging for mercy. If Myra Hindley comes out, I'll be up for murder. I said this to Lord Longford once, and I'll say it again. She will be one dead woman. I want justice."
Good. Hell
Which
yeah.
I say, fuck yeah, Anne.
Huzzah, Anne.
Huzzah. Oh, you said huzzah. I say huzzah in the next line of my notes.
Do you really?
What a crazy connection.
We are kindred spirit. It's
Wow.
almost like we're related.
It's almost like that. Well, what I said huzzah to is the fact that throughout her prison sentence, Myra suffered from a heart attack, a stroke, angina, a cerebral aneurysm, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, high cholesterol, depression, headaches, back pain, chest infections, arthritis, asthma, and irritable bowels. To which I say, huzzah!
You know what I say? Not enough.
Huzzah!
Not enough.
Love it. So she wasn't going to let these victims' families rest, though. No. Myra was not into that. She didn't give a shit.
Because she's not suffering enough.
She made several fake maps to lead to Keith's body and misled everyone before her death.
Like, that in and of itself, you're a fucking monster.
Yeah. And the same year that she was, called an angel and that she started leading them to these fake places, she went on a BBC program and she said when they asked her about the Leslie case, she was like, "I can't talk about that."
Oh, you can't talk about
Yeah,
how you're a
I
vicious
can't talk
fucking
about
rapist,
that.
murderer, asshole?
Well, right after that program aired, her latest appeal was denied.
Yeah.
So, haha.
Sorry, your Uber is not here. Your Uber is not waiting.
Then she decided to lodge an appeal to the European Court of Human Rights. That was her last bid of, effort to get
You
parole.
have no rights because you're not human.
She died waiting for the answer.
Aww.
So Myra, the answer is nah, bitch.
Go desecrate her grave. What the fuck?
Well, you can't find it, unfortunately, because she was
Go
cremated.
look. Just look.
She was cremated. Yeah.
I don't have a solution for that.
She was transferred. No, she hadn't died yet. I was just saying that before she got
Right,
the
right,
answer to
right.
that appeal, she died. But she was transferred to High Point in Suffolk. And there she broke her femur at the gym like an asshole.
Ouch.
And had to walk with a cane after that.
Cool.
Just thought that was fun.
I like that.
Yeah. I thought that was more fun than you did.
No, I was trying. People are gonna think I'm stupid. I was trying to remember if your femur was in your leg or your arm. That's why I didn't answer.
Yeah,
it's your
thigh
leg.
bone. It's like a really hard bone to break.
The Genesis GV70, with all its award-winning tech and performance, is built to thrill. So you can hit the road, hit the turns, and hit Sport Plus mode for serious acceleration and handling. Inside, you'll find intuitive tech that elevates every driving experience. And wherever you go, the GV70 will have you on the edge of your seat. It's luxury that's built to thrill. Learn more at Genesis.com and feel the GV70.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
So in November 2002, at the age of 60 years old, someone in the fabric of the universe blessed us all by gifting Myra a heart attack at High Point Prison in Suffolk. She was taken to West Suffolk Hospital, probably because she was rotting from the inside out. She developed bronchial pneumonia and died 2 weeks later after suffering for 2 weeks.
R.I.D.
It's a bummer that she didn't get to suffer longer.
I know, that is true.
I would have loved a good vegetative state for her with no signs of pulling the plug.
Into the 90s.
Or maybe something like amoebic dysentery and she could just shit herself to death. But, you know, we can't all get what we want.
That's like the king that we talked about on Crime Countdown, and his friends had to hold him up while he was shitting to death.
Yeah.
Literally.
I wish Myra
shitting
had that.
to death.
Yeah, go listen to Crime Countdown if you want to hear that one. But in one of the greatest poetic justice moments that I read, her final words were cries for her mother.
Oh, does that sound familiar to you?
Boo hoo, Myra.
Guess what, Myra?
She's not coming.
No,
She's
you
not
don't deserve
coming.
that.
She can't save you.
Nobody can.
So yeah, so she's dead. Winnie, Keith Bennett's mother, said, quote, "I was hoping that she would say something before she died, but it looks as if she hasn't. So I have to go on and live with it again. Yet again."
Oh, that's
what she
absolutely
told
horrible.
Sky News. And she said, "She's the evilest one of the two of them. Brady's never wanted to come out of prison, but she's tried from day one to get out. Mm-hmm. She'll not do it again. She will go straight to hell where she deserves to go. Don't ask me if I've got any sympathy for her, because I haven't." And then Alan West, Leslie's stepfather, said, "I'm glad Hindley has gone. Hell will be too good for her. She was evil. It tormented Anne that a woman could take part in the hellish torture of our little girl. Oh. The horror of what happened to Leslie Ann also killed my wife. Hindley sentenced her to a long, lingering, painful death. I just wish God had evened up the scales of justice before she died." Terry Kilbride, John Kilbride's brother, said, "I am just really sorry that my mother is not here to witness this. She died 3 months ago. Oh. I would have loved to seen the relief on her face."
Wow, that just hit me.
Now, 20 local undertakers refused to handle her body or the ceremony.
I would not want to touch
20.
that. Yeah.
They wouldn't do 20. And
I'm
they
surprised,
were all like, no.
I'm surprised they even found somebody.
And a journalist named Nikki Gerard, she wrote in the Observer, it was like Myra's body was, quote, like radioactive waste with an afterlife.
It was. That's exactly what it was.
The Cambridge crematorium cremated her remains. There was insane police presence because there was a huge protest and mob outside.
I believe
Passing
it.
cars were shouting shit and honking. It was incredible. Her ashes were scattered at an undisclosed location.
Probably the Moors.
The Manchester Evening News said they were scattered like 10 miles from where she killed and buried children on Saddleworth Moor. Yeah. But that's unconfirmed. That's what they said.
I'm sure it was close.
In 1999, Ian went on another hunger strike.
Oh, get a life.
And this is when he started trying to fight for his right to die peacefully, which, oh my God.
What you have is the right to remain silent, and that's it. Bye.
He wants to die peacefully. Like, you're the worst fucking shitbag on earth. You tortured little kids to death, and you want the right to die peacefully.
You have no fucking right to that.
Well, he got lung cancer and was suffering, and that gives me great solace.
Same.
From October 29th, 1999, he was force-fed through that nasogastric tube that he spoke about.
Incredible.
And he said it was, quote, permanent, because the first one was like the one with the block, and they would shove it in your stomach. That was a temporary solution where they just like shove stuff down your throat.
Yeah.
This was a permanent thing that they were constantly feeding him through so he could not die.
Incredible.
He said, quote, permanent tube up nose and down throat and chained to a slow motion machine that takes up to 11 hours, 40 minutes to force feed. Prisons do it in 15-minute increments. Being kept under observation by 2 warders 24 hours a day, including sitting outside my open cell door at night to ensure I get next to no sleep and they get plenty of overtime. To which I say, yippee!
To which I say, huzzah!
Huzzah! And in a fun little moment of irony, on Boxing Day in 1999, which if you remember, that was when Leslie Ann Downey was abducted and assaulted, tortured, filmed, raped, and murdered. Brady collapsed and was taken to the hospital.
On Boxing Day.
Unfortunately, he lived, but it's still fun that he collapsed that day. Because I kind of hope that was Leslie Ann Downey coming back and just, like, strangling him in his sleep or something.
And she was with Anne.
Yeah, Anne and her were just like, fuck you, dude.
Let's get it.
So there was a judicial review of his right to die because they have to do this,
It's just like paperwork.
It was in Liverpool Crown Court on February 28th, 2000. And it said that, so basically in English law, it says that an adult who is competent and, like, mentally stable, understanding the consequences, they know about all the factors that are involved with everything, may refuse treatment, and that includes force feeding. Mm-hmm. But that good old House of Lords said it was reasonable to force feed him.
Yeah,
and
I don't see a problem.
Thus making that the most badass mic dropping decision ever. They were just like, yeah, totally. Like, anybody can totally refuse that. I think his is reasonable. Bye.
Yeah. Sorry.
He really wants to die? No.
Nah.
No, thank you. September 30th, 2000, he appealed again to continue killing himself slowly. June 2001, he was denied again.
Good.
It wasn't until May 15th, 2017 that he finally died.
Bye.
Now, if you remember, that last appeal was in 2000 and 2001. He didn't die till 2017.
Wow. So that's almost 20 years.
He was 79 years old. That motherfucker lived to almost 80 years old, and he wanted to die so bad.
I love that. That's my favorite.
It gives me something. To his dying day, though, he refused to tell anyone where Keith's body was buried. He also said everything. He said he did admit that every bit of hate and vitriol from victims' families or loved ones is completely justified, but he also said, it doesn't change who I am.
Like, okay, thanks.
So he, like, tries to give you a bit of, like, yeah, totally, and then he's like, but I'm fucking evil, and I don't care.
Well, it's also like, don't tell me it's justified. I know. I don't need your telling me. I don't need your, like, telling me it's fine.
I don't need your stamp of approval on my...
Right.
Yeah. Keith's family said he has always refused to help end our torment.
Yeah.
And they did. Anne West did, before she died, wrote a book in 1989 called For the Love of Leslie.
Oh.
It's a harrowing account of what she went through. Mm-hmm. And what Leslie's family went through after the abduction and murder. She said that she talked to, the murderers. She would write, because she did. She wrote letters to Myra and Ian.
Yeah.
She talked to David Smith. The altercation she got in with David Smith when...
And Maureen.
They went to, she and her husband, and I believe her brother, went to David Smith and Maureen's house, begging them to just tell the truth about Myra so that they would never get out. They were agreeing. But of course, when Maureen walked into the room, she looks just like Myra.
Yeah, of course you're going to just
So
beat the shit out of her.
Anne went at her, and it turned into this giant melee. It's a super heavy read, but I'm super glad she was able to write it, because hopefully it was, like, cathartic for her in some way.
Yeah.
Because to think about what she had to endure, she was right. She never got peace, not even for a second.
No.
Many of the investigators on this case literally couldn't let this go. They could not get off this case no matter what, especially knowing Keith Bennett is still on those moors.
I know. I really hope that he gets found, so badly.
Oh, it's so frustrating. They continued visiting the moors, and they said that they feel more children could be out there.
Wow.
And Winnie, Keith's mother, would go by herself and dig on the moors for him. There's a photo of her digging.
That's
in
the
moors.
saddest thing. I would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I would too.
How could you not?
Ian did write a book called Gates of Janus.
Is that the one that you posted the Amazon review?
Yes.
Woof.
And it's an analysis on serial killing from his point of view.
That must be...
It's unfortunately very interesting, but it's also very much Ian, like, self-inflated ego, like very.
Yeah, he got a boner the whole time
Exactly.
he wrote it.
So reading it feels like an icky exercise in like stroking his ego.
Yeah. Don't read it.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. I mean, don't do it.
You don't need to know.
You don't need to know what's going on.
We
in his
told
mind.
you.
Yeah, that's it. The last thing I just want to mention, because a lot of people were like, do you know? There is a Smiths song called Suffer Little Children. And it was written about the Moors murders.
Yeah.
I just want to read a couple of the lyrics because it's like very heavy.
Yeah.
I don't even think I can listen to the song.
No.
It's over the moor, take me to the moor, dig a shallow grave and I'll lay me down. Leslie Ann with your pretty white beads. Oh, John, you'll never be a man and you'll never see your home again. Oh, Manchester, so much to answer for. Edward, see those alluring lights? Tonight will be your very last night. A woman said, I know my son is dead. I'll never rest my hands on his sacred head. Which I can't remember if it was John Kilbride's mom or Keith Bennett's mother. That's a real quote. Mm-hmm. Hindley wakes and Hindley says, Hindley wakes and Hindley wakes, Hindley wakes and says, oh, wherever he has gone, I have gone. And that's a direct quote from her too. Ooh. Because they first asked her, you know, were you present for the murders? And they said, would he go out on his own?
Yeah.
So are there things that you might not know about? And she said the quote, wherever he has gone, I have gone. Mm-hmm. And then later she tried to flip it around.
Yeah, like you can't.
But this is no easy ride, for a child cries. Oh, find me, nothing more. We are on a sullen, misty moor. We may be dead and we may be gone, but we will be right by your side until the day you die. This is no easy ride. We will haunt you when you laugh. Yes, you could say we're a team. You might sleep, but you will never dream. Oh, Manchester, so much to answer for. You will never dream. Over the moors, I'm on the moor. Oh, the child is on the moor.
That just made every single hair on my body stand directly up.
That's why I felt like it was like, ooh.
Like that genuinely made the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
It gave me the chills. Chilly Willy. That's a heavy ass song.
Just like things with children.
And this case, I think part of the mystique with this case and the fascination with this, for obvious reasons, but the moors.
Yeah. It adds a level of
the children on the moors and murder on the moors. You know, it just like the moors murderers. And I also read something that said Ian said he woke up every morning and the first thought he had in his head was, I'm the moors murderer. And he said it did start to like sink in, I guess, because he said he was in like a one room by himself all the time. And he started thinking about the fact that like that's who he is.
That's weird.
I don't think he felt remorse for
I was going to say,
I think that it probably sets in that's like who you are forever now.
Yeah.
And that's your legacy.
I feel like he loved that
it.
though.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, I bet he loved it, but it like...
It's like when you think of like, what is the earth? Like, I feel like that's what he was thinking.
And I think it just took him being in like a solitary situation to actually realize it, but I'm sure he loved it.
So glad that he came to that realization.
But you know what? They're both dead.
We're done now with that.
And Myra, like, she was shitting herself. She had aching joints. She was having heart attacks and strokes and broken femurs. And
Ian was being force-fed.
High blood pressure, high
not
cholesterol.
Allowed to sleep.
And Ian just wanted to die so badly, and they just wouldn't let him.
I'm happy.
He was being force-fed through a tube like an infant.
Yeah.
And that's great.
All of it. A plus.
And as a parting thing, Myra called out for her mother when she died. Just take that.
Nope, you're not going to get that.
The beautiful irony of that. It's like, that's what you did to Leslie. You deserve that.
I just rolled my eyes so hard that it hurt.
I'm rolling my eyes so hard that they have just shot out the back of my head and through the wall.
I saw it myself.
But that is the conclusion of Myra Hindley, Ian, Brady, the Moors murders. Get the fuck out of my head forever.
I feel like maybe tonight I'll be able to like actually go to sleep and like enjoy like a nice slumber, knowing that we don't ever have to talk about that again if we don't want to.
Yeah. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad you guys took
we
the
needed
ride.
to do it.
I'm glad we had this.
That was
definitely
together. That was worse for me than the toy box.
I think so too.
Worse.
It was worse for me for sure.
Yeah. I hate kid stuff. I don't like it.
And I hope everybody
Nobody does.
I hope everybody's taking time to like make sure even when you're lit, because a lot of people are saying, I had to take time away from this one. Me too. So
how did
I
that
understand.
feel?
And I want to say, like, hopefully you're all taking time to, like, go
Go hug your
take care of
kids.
your mental well-being, because I know it can be hard to listen to this stuff. So I
Yeah.
hope you're, everybody go, watch something stupid like Project Runway on Amazon Prime.
Oh my God, no. Watch Good Girls on Netflix because best show I've ever seen in my entire life.
There you go. See, so watch something fun.
Do it.
Go do it.
And while you're at it, follow us on Instagram.
At Morbid Podcast.
Hit us up on Twitter.
At A Morbid Podcast.
Go ahead and send us a Gmail.
Yeah, send in those listener tales. Morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
And now you can go get our merch at shop.morbidpodcast.com.
Yippee!
We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you're a horrible person in a child murder and you have to spend the rest of your dying days in jail, like saying that you didn't do it, and then like also if you're Ian saying that you did do it, like you really don't care, but you get to go back to the moors. Like hopefully you don't keep it that weird. Hopefully you don't keep it so weird to the point where you have to be force fed for the rest of your life and like spend your dying days on the toilet and breaking your femur, which is in your leg, and all of that stuff. So don't do that. Bye.
Yeah, don't do that. Fuck Myra Hindley and Ian Brady.
Bye.
Bye.